The topic of the day is absolute momentum versus relative slash rotational momentum. So, before we deep dive into what is each of them, I want to just briefly touch upon what is momentum. So, momentum is basically a way of investing where the past returns of a specific period are compared amongst various stocks to determine which is better ranked. So let's say I'm looking at the last 12 months of returns. So stock A with maybe like 40% of returns in the last 12 months versus stock B which has let's say 30% returns in the last 12 months. I may pick A between the two. So and just imagine now if there are like 50 stocks in a particular index and I have to choose 10. So I can rank them up based on a specific period or number of periods and give them weights, etc. uh, so there are many ways in which I can rank them, maybe based on how far they are from their all time highs, or if they've crossed certain moving averages, or there is some trend indicator. So there are many ways of ranking, or what is the relative strength, many ways of ranking the stocks. The difference comes is, once you've ranked the stocks, what is the relationship between them. So let's take more examples. So let's say we have 50 stocks in Nifty, and let's say based on certain ranking system I have ranked all 50 of them, and I want to choose the top 20. So I've chosen the top 20, and now when I'm rebalancing, let's say after a week or a month or a quarter, with whatever maybe your rebalancing frequency, now do I want to have each stock compare it to the rest of them, or compare it to its absolute change or absolute momentum in it? So in a way, absolute momentum is also called trend following. So let's say my pick was Adani Total Gas, and it is ranked the highest. Now a month later, when I'm rebalancing it, I can either compare that ranking today with the rest of the stocks, or I can say whenever Adani Total Gas goes down by 20%, I would like to get out, or it goes down below a certain ATR, I would like to get out, or below a certain moving average, I would like to get out, or below a certain relative strength, I would like to get out. So if my rules are based on the stock momentum itself, without caring about what happens to the rest of the pack, then it falls under the purview of absolute momentum, because you are absolutely looking at that entity to take a decision of your exit. Whereas in rotational momentum, if you have 20 stocks that you've chosen, now even if all of them are coming down and all of them have negative momentum, let's say in the past 3 months, 6 months, you still have versus each other strength in those stocks. So there could be, the 20 stocks which are better off than the rest 30. They are still stronger than the rest of the 30, although they on absolute basis they may still be having negative momentum. I hope I'm able to explain this. So this is the major difference between absolute momentum and relative momentum. Relative momentum is also called rotational momentum, so please don't get confused in the terms. So as I'll go through these points, so absolute momentum is when we are doing trend following, and when normally also when you're doing trend following, let's say on a position, you don't care about what is happening to other stocks. You only care about what is happening to that trend of that stock. So that's why it's called absolute, and you're only looking at that stock for your decision. The stocks are then compared against their own performance and not versus the rest of the pack. So in our case, when we do absolute momentum, if let's say we get out of that stock, we will basically be going to cash. And if there is no other opportunity for any other stock to be picked up based on its absolute momentum, then we will keep sitting in cash. Like we did in March 2020, almost all our absolute momentum portfolios went to cash, and only after about 3 to 8 weeks later than the bottom that we actually started deploying back the cash. So there is always a lag in absolute momentum when you go to cash and when you wait for the market to bottom and the market starts to go up again, and then you are calculating on a window of last 3 months, 6 months, whatever, maybe or 12 months, maybe your back window to calculate your momentum. You are looking backwards, and it may take time, or it may take some stock to move up considerably to even start coming into your filters of your ranking. So absolute momentum will basically get delayed in picking the trends once the market has started to move up. Now in rotational momentum or relative momentum, it does not happen that way. It's not called relative strength, but it's called relative momentum. Sorry about that. The stocks are compared against each other's performance, as I said. So as the name suggests, it is relative to each other, and the stocks keep rotating. So nothing goes to cash, although you can build systems where rotational can be overlaid with a decision that you can take the entire portfolio to cash if certain let's say the index breaches certain conditions, etc. But in purest relative momentum, you don't go to cash. You go to the strongest stocks within that pack. So the strongest 20 stocks within those 50 will where your money will basically get allocated. So market may be going down for the entire, let's say, 3 months, but you may be in the strongest of those weakest pack, you may say, or the weakest index or the weakest market. So you will still outperform the overall index per se, even though you may be going down, right? So as mentioned on the slide, the portfolio invests into best performing stocks from the underlying universe regardless of its absolute position, and you are allocated to the strongest stocks. So now what happens here is that because you're already allocated to the strongest stocks, when the recovery comes, when the bottom comes and market starts to go up, you are already deployed, right? So you get very quick returns in those early months, and you are not delayed in terms of the momentum getting established and you picking up stocks from your cash as happens in absolute momentum. So each has its pros and cons. So absolute momentum, the slight advantage is that you're looking at it absolutely, you will go to cash, you will not allow your stocks to go into negative momentum. In rotational momentum, you will allow that to happen, yet you will pick up the gains very quickly when the market turns, and which will make up for the the lag that happens in absolute momentum. So I hope I've been able to clarify how this works. Now our existing portfolios, MILT CNX 200, which is a large cap absolute momentum portfolio. MI25 is a absolute momentum portfolio which looks at only small caps. It is going to get closed for new subscriptions at the end of this month, July end. MI30 is an absolute momentum which looks at CNX 500 stocks. MI50 is an absolute momentum strategy, looks at small caps and mid caps, very well diversified over 50 stocks. MIMT all cap is a all capitalization listed on NSE above 1000 crores, again an absolute momentum strategy. This will also get closed for new subscriptions soon. MIST ATH already closed, again an absolute momentum strategy, concentrated 10 stocks chasing all-time high strategy. A new product that is coming in, MIATH2, again an absolute momentum strategy, will go to cash if there is stress, and it will chase all-time highs above market cap of 500 stocks. This is a bit different from ATH, and I've done a daily bite as well as a specific product video on this. Please go and see that. In terms of rotational momentum, we already have a monthly rotational product called NNF10 that tracks the Nifty next 50 large cap stocks only. Point to note here is that in March 2020 also this product, the drawdown was only 21%, whereas the index dropped more than 30%. So it did go into the strongest 10 stocks within the Nifty Next 50 portfolio, and it was able to outperform on the way down also. MI20 is a new product which is coming in, 20 stocks focused on small and mid cap stocks. This is also designed for smaller portfolios under 5 lakhs. The fee is also appropriately lesser, and this is going to start on 1st August. All these 3 new products are going to start from 1st August. Detailed product videos are already out there. MI35 is a specialized small cap rotational momentum strategy. It will kind of replace MI25, which is an absolute momentum strategy on small cap. Again, very well diversified and good strategy for portfolio size of, let's say, 3 to 15 lakhs kind of a range. So this is what the distribution of the various products is. Ideally, one should have multiple products focused on different themes. That will diversify your risk away also. But don't buy too many products just because you want too much diversification, unless in each product you've reached the recommended range of the capital. So if you are not reached that, there is no rush to diversify into other products. So this is all I had for today. I hope you've understood this concept of absolute momentum versus relative momentum. There are several videos on my website weekendinvesting.com under the media section, wherein I have given detailed examples in the past, presenting at various forums about these absolute momentum and weekend investing and relative momentum. There are some interviews with the very popular Vivek Bajaj face-to-face program. There also there are many examples where this is discussed. So if you go through all that, in case you need more information, you will find that your concepts about this will be absolutely clear. Thank you, and see you in another video. Bye.